Hi everyone, and welcome to today's daily demo of Stronghold 3 for the PC. And joining us is John, who's doing a PR for the game. Thanks a lot for coming by.
Thanks, Andrew. It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay, so John, we're looking at Stronghold 3, which of course, as we know, it's the third game in the Stronghold series. I think with Stronghold 2, some of the fans maybe thought that the game kind of veered off a little too much into simulation territory, maybe less focus on kind of the castle building and the siege battles that Stronghold fans were really into. But from what we understand, Stronghold 3 is really intended to be kind of a return to form. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the first game, we had a great reaction to people. We are like the #1 selling castle sim out there. We really have cut a niche for ourselves. Stronghold 2 came out, it was a little bit more sim involved, and a lot of the fans from Stronghold 1 were saying, it's a little bit too involved, a little bit too much to take care of. So what we've done is scale that back a little bit, but we've kept a couple of things that we really liked into Stronghold 3. So here we are right now. This is our basic landscape here. We have our keep, which is the center of our camp, and then we've already set up our stockpile over here, which is where we're going to keep all of our resources, our wood and our stone, and then also the granary, which takes care of all of our food, meats and cheeses and all that good stuff. So right now you can see here I've got some wolves coming in, and this is my lord. I'll zoom in a little bit here. He's just taking care of these guys. So you are out in the wilderness and you have to be careful with certain things that come out. But what we really want to focus on is the new engine that we have here, which is the Vision engine, which has given us a lot of good opportunity for lush grass and green backgrounds, and also a good zoom and unzoom, as you can see here. Also, one of the cool things we can do is if we go to build a house, one of our hovels here. What we wanted to do is make sure that people understand the importance of the layout. As you build your town and you build your castle, you want to make sure that you have the right buildings in the right places. So what we can do here is rotate our buildings in any way that we like. But then also in the case of hovels, the closer to the keep you are, the larger this house is. So here I have a townhouse. As I move further back, it goes down to a normal house, then a hut, and then even further out, a small hut. And if you're on the outreaches, you'll be just a hovel just for one person, kind of keep holding it down. So let's place one of these guys over here. I don't have the money for it right now, but place a quick hovel.
Right. So what we're doing now is we're kind of developing our economy, and of course Stronghold is, it's a game where it's not just necessarily about fighting siege battles. You have to also, build up an economy, have your peasants, grow crops and serve various roles in society to kind of support your economy so that you can defend yourself when the big battle comes.
Absolutely. And here we have a couple of apple farms right now that are super basic stuff. And one of the things that you'll experience too are like apple blights, which is something that happened commonly. Any kind of problem with your granary or your apple farms, anything like that. Also, fire is also another issue too. Fires can break out. It's important to have wells around. And let me see, actually, I'll put one up here just in case, because they tend to be fires around every now and then. So I'll plop one of those down here.
Place that there.
One of them over here as well. Some of the other things is we talk about the military a bit. Here I have the barracks, the general barracks. What you can do is, as soon as you have a peasant that's available, is you can actually make them an armed peasant. This is pitchfork, typical what you'd see chasing Frankenstein around, that kind of thing. And you can also build up to archers and then knights and etc. So in this case, what we'd want to do is build up to, build up our armory, which I can plop right down next to our barracks here. And that'll give us the ability to actually make weapons. So in this case, a lot of games you'll have where you can just build an archer out of your barracks. In this case, you have to say, okay, I want to build bows and arrows, I want to build a crossbow, I want to make my armor. And once you have those in place, then you can actually bring your peasants in and train them up. So that's one of the other options for it as well. But yeah, I think the real thing that we want to get across with Stronghold is a lot of the deeper functions as well. So it's not just about building either your army or making your town, but also popularity too. So you can see over here, if you pull this down this meter, you can control how many taxes you have. So right now I have no taxes because we're still in the early formative times. We don't really need a lot of gold at the moment, so I'm going to let these guys have a good time. And my popularity is doing pretty well. I'm at 15 right now. I'm in the plus. And you can see here, this tells us 16 seconds till the next time I get a villager. So you're always going to be getting a constant flow of peasants as long as you're in the green. If you somehow go to neutral or it starts raining, you'll see the popularity goes down.
Right, so the whole, beyond just saying, hey, do I have enough people making grain for me or baking bread or what have you, there's now more of a push towards making sure that your popularity is up, that the people are behind you, that they're paying their taxes on time. Otherwise, if you kind of lose the popular support, you're going to be in a much worse spot once the war breaks out. Is that right?
Exactly. And like I said, the apple blights, for example, that will take a negative toll on you. And they're not going to happen, that often. But when they do happen, it is going to be a negative impact on your reign. But some of the other good things that happen are if you get a royal visit, the king comes to town, everyone freaks out, they're super excited to see him. He comes through town, waves at everybody as he goes around. Your popularity goes through the roof because it's saying, hey, the king is here, he cares about what we're doing, brings that morale right back up. Also, other issues like marriages, for example. Like if people are getting married, people get excited about it, it's a party in town, that your popularity is going to soar.
So it looks like, John, it looks like night is falling here, and I think that's maybe a good time to talk about some of the new technical improvements. It looks like rain is coming here. The Stronghold 3 engine is going to support multiple weather types and multiple day-night cycles, which I guess kind of replaces fog of war. So now it's, instead of having actual fog of war, it's just things get dark at night, and if you don't have torches, you can't see. Is that
exactly? So what's going to happen is when it turns nighttime, you are going to see a fog of war that closes in pretty closely around your castle and your main buildings. What you can do is build structures such as we have outposts where they'll actually light up like a torch and just it'll give you a little bit extra sight. And you can, of course, send out people to try and check out the area, but unfortunately it's not, if they don't have a torch or they don't have some kind of light source, it's not going to give you as much of a view as you'd like. So that's something that's important to think about too when you're allocating your structures. And true to the time, if you wanted to build one of these outposts with a torch, it's going to take a lot of resources for you. I mean, that's a constant burning of wood overnight. It's going to draw on your resources quite a bit. Great,
John. So that was a real good quick look at what Stronghold 3 has to offer. For the folks at home, can you remind us when the game is coming out and for which platforms?
The game is going to come out for PC only. It's going to be out on October 25th, and it's rated T for teen.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot, John. Appreciate it.